Hello, welcome everybody to another episode of SmugMug Live. I'm your host, Alastair Jolly, and as always, SmugMug Live is brought to you by SmugMug and Flickr. This is episode 106, streaming live to you on Tuesday, September the 21st, 2021. If you are looking for somewhere to showcase your images to the world and have a beautiful photo website, have an incredibly robust cloud storage solution for your photography, including your raw images, and then also have a wonderful e-commerce solution to sell your images to your clients and customers, then SmugMug is the right place for you. Or if you're looking to be part of an incredible photo community full of tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people who share the passion of photography, then please check out everything we do at flickr.com. Thank you so much for joining me on this Tuesday. It is a Tuesday tips and tricks episode, back into the rhythm of trying to do these on a Tuesday, until I tell you that I'm going to mess that up next week. But for today, it's a tips and tricks episode, and I am also going to talk about a new feature today, but couple of tips before we talk about the new feature, just so that you'll hang in there with me. Do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, and of course give us a thumbs up during the episode if you enjoy these tips and tricks. Giving us a subscription really helps get this video in front of other people who are going to find this beneficial, so thank you so much. And I can see a lot of the regular folks in the chat window as always. If this is your first episode of SmugMug Live, you have a lot of catching up to do. I say this almost every week. We are on 106 episodes now, lots of great guests, lots of great tips and tricks, going through starting a SmugMug site and all the different features we've covered in previous episodes. So a lot of catching up to do, and you'll find all those episodes right here on SmugMug Live playlist within our channel here on YouTube. But if you want to be part of the conversation today, then get into the chat window while we're live. If you've got questions for me, let me know. But give yourself a shout out, as our regulars always do. It's good to see Randy back enjoying the UI on the SmugMug in the browser. I think I'll be talking about that in a little bit. John is with us. Hi, John, still joining us from the Dog Pound in Alberta. And of course, Patrick is with us from Lincolnshire in England, a little bit closer to where I am these days. And Moro, of course, from the wonderful Ljubljana in Slovenia. And Nick's back with us as well. Hi, Nick. Good to see you again, coming from the gardens of England there in Kent. Thank you all. But if you, these folks are all regulars. They chat to me every week when I'm on this show. But if this is your first time watching, give yourself a shout out in that chat window. Let me know what part of the world you're joining me from. It would be great to know who's watching today. So do not be shy. And if you have any questions, stick them in that chat window. Right, I got a few announcements later in the show as well, so stick around for those. But to get started, let's go to our first tip. And those of you that have been here before, of course, you know I'm going to go to this demo site that I have, my AMG demo site that I've been using for a long time now. Maybe one of these weeks we'll build a completely new one and save you looking at this one all the time. But the first place I'm going to go to is the organizer, because in the organizer I want to show you something. During the week, someone reached out to me and asked me a question about how many folders and where could galleries live within your SmugMug account. So I wanted to take today to dive into the organizer just to refresh your memory on this and to showcase the folder structure. The organizer is the kind of back end of all the assets you have on your SmugMug site. So every image that you upload, every page that you create, any logos or assets that you add to your site are all organizable within the organizer, hence the name. But it's where you can see all those images. And of course, images live in a gallery. So if I zoom in here, you can see this little icon here, which tells me this is a gallery. It's like a stacked bunch of photographs. And a gallery is the kind of end point for a photograph. A photograph that you upload must live in a gallery. So you create a gallery and you can have a single photo in there, or you can have thousands of photos in there. It's entirely up to you how many galleries you create. You can create unlimited numbers of galleries on SmugMug with all our account plans, because you have unlimited storage of your JPEGs on SmugMug. So here we have galleries in the organizer. The icons below that, which look like a page with a folded corner, those are the pages of your website. So when someone visits a page of your website, these are the pages that we've built previously on SmugMug. But the other one is this folder icon up here. And I wanted to show people, to answer the question that someone asked me during the week, how many folders could you have? So photo site homepage, this is like your root folder. So in that root folder, you can have folders, you can have galleries, and you can have pages within that root folder. We give you basically 7 levels of hierarchy within your site to store stuff. So that means you can have 5 folders. Let me showcase this by going to my client galleries folder. And if I click on this client galleries folder, you can see that within that folder, there are 3 other folders: wedding clients, portrait clients, commercial clients. And this is very familiar to those of you that use something like Lightroom or your Windows Explorer storage thing, or Finder within the Mac world, where you have this hierarchy of storage. If I open up the Windows client folder, you can see I have a whole bunch of other folders within that folder stored by year. So at the moment, I've got my root folder, I've got 2 folder levels, and then I have more folders. If I open 2021, I created something in here earlier. I created this 4th level of folder. And again, within that folder is the 5th level folder. And within that last 5th level folder is a final gallery where images would need to live. There's no images in there at the moment. You can see that gallery is empty. So basically, your hierarchy level is 7 levels deep. You can have your root folder, 5 folders deep organization, and then a final gallery to allow you to store your images in a way that makes sense for you, for your business, for your clients, for your family, people trying to find your images. And here, as I said, you can see that within my wedding clients, or within my clients folder, I've created 3 different types of clients, one for my wedding clients, and then just sorted them all by year. And in each year, we just have the end galleries typically, but you could go another 2 levels deep with your folder levels. So hopefully that answers your questions about how many levels you can have. And of course, within any of those folders, you can store another folder or a gallery. So you can have a mix of folders and galleries within any folder. Photos must be stored within a gallery. Right, hope that answers your question. If anybody else has questions for me, let me know. Good to see Ahmed in there. You got this, you bet. Thank you so much for joining us. Johnny Deal is joining us from beautiful South Carolina out there on the East Coast. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you getting involved in the chat window. Yeah, it's always nice to see people there in the chat window. Right, so that was your tip number 1, folder depth. Before we get to the new feature, one more tip for you. Let's go back to the site. Let's go back to the photo site up here on the top, which takes me to basically the website of this account, my AMG demo account. What I want to showcase is adding a video to a page on your site. I want to go to the About Me page, and I've showcased the content block before the ads allows you to add videos, but this time I'm going to specifically concentrate on adding a YouTube video and embedding it on the page. So here we have this About Me page. A slightly younger me featured on that page, slightly more facial hair at the moment, and a slightly different hat live today than this image. But this is a demo About Me page which we created over the last few months, showcasing adding a carousel block, adding a photo block with my profile image in it, and some text. But let's say at the bottom here, between this text content block and my social icons content block, I wanted to add a video that I already had posted somewhere on YouTube. So to customize this page, I'm going to head up here to the top of the site, and hopefully you can see if I wiggle the cursor around just below the SmugMug Live logo up there, there's a little button called Customize. I click on that Customize button, and that About Me page opens up with the customizer on the right hand side of the page. And just in case you haven't seen this before, if you click this little arrow, you can move the customizer to the left hand side of the page so that it maybe isn't blocking something that you're working on. We'll keep it on the right hand side. I know my picture is hiding some of it, so I'll just hide my picture just now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down past this first block of content here, which shows me what I'm already using on this page. And I'm going to scroll down until it says add content blocks, and I want to add a new video content block. So if I expand the video options, you'll see I can add a video that I have natively stored on SmugMug. I can embed a video that I have on Vimeo, or I can add a YouTube video onto this page. So I'm going to scroll down because I kind of want it just below this text. And all you have to do, like any content block, is just drag it onto the page and tell it where you want it. Do you want it to the left of this content block, above, to the right? Well, I want it below this content block. And what it's going to do is it's opened the content block, but as you'll be familiar with most content blocks, when you open it, there's typically a settings window where you have to tell the content block what you want to do. I'm just going to grab a URL link, a YouTube URL link, which I have here. And all you have to do to embed a YouTube video is paste the URL for that YouTube video, and you can see it's already shown up on the page. This video is a previous episode where we did a live photo critique with our friends at Fujifilm. So this is an older YouTube video from SmugMug Live. The video is scaled to fit that page, so it's fitting that page really nicely. And one other option I just want to highlight is when someone comes to that page, you can have the video automatically start, automatically play or not. I typically leave them off, hit done, and now I have that YouTube video right here on the page. And I click done at the top and I publish now, and that YouTube video is now live to anybody viewing my SmugMug site and looking at my About Me page. They would see that video. So if you've ever created a bio video or an About Me video, some kind of video that's relevant to yourself or your business, or maybe even a family video, something like that, then it's a great way to embed that straight onto your page. Right, let's see. Do we have any questions? You're all being very quiet in the chat today. Please do not hesitate to get in that chat and ask some questions. Let me know if anything I'm talking about you have questions about, or something I haven't covered. Right, let's look at what we've got next. A couple of things I want to tell you about coming in the very, very near future before we move on to the new feature on SmugMug. Some of you will be very familiar with our SmugMug film series. Again, here on our YouTube page is where we started showcasing our SmugMug films, which feature our heroes within the photo industry, the photographers that we love and admire. We love to spend time with them creating little inspirational videos for you to watch, little mini documentaries about their life, their genre. And I'm excited to say that in a few weeks we've got another one launching with a wonderful, wonderful travel landscape photographer called Andy Best, a great ambassador for SmugMug, and someone who has a very nomadic lifestyle, spends his life in a camper van with him and his family, travels all over the US making incredible videos. That film is coming out the first week in October, but I have a little trailer that I want to play with you now just to get you excited about our next release on SmugMug Films. So here's the trailer for Andy Best.
I guess you can say I have a Peter Pan complex. It's not that growing older scares me, it's that I crave new experience. This lifestyle almost forces that. It forces new experience. You're always changing, rediscovering, adapting. It keeps me feeling awake and conscious of everything that happens in my life. I'm Andy Best, and this is my lifestyle.
So that is the trailer for Andy Best Living in Long Shadows. Hopefully that's just a little tease to get you excited about that film that is coming out, I believe, on the 6th of October. So that first week in October is going to be pretty exciting for us. Great film with a wonderful insight into Andy's life and his photography, obviously. So stay tuned for that. Patrick's posted a question, can we get a SmugMug hat? Well, there's lots of SmugMug hats. Over the years, we've designed lots of different types. This one that I'm actually wearing just now is pretty much a one-off at the moment with the white kind of trucker-style hat. But maybe I need to do another competition and give away some swag. Maybe give away some SmugMug branded swag here on the show. I'm sure you would all love that. We've got hats and hoodies and T-shirts and that type of stuff. So Patrick, stay tuned for a competition that I'll do in the near future. Right. Also, coming up next week, so Tuesday show next week is going to be a rather exciting show. We have been running a competition over on Flickr, which started last month on World Photography Day. So it's the Flickr World Photography Day 2021 group on Flickr. There's over 14,000 members of that group have been submitting images for that competition. We've got some great prizes, including Fujifilm cameras. We've got camera straps and camera bags from Peak Design, as well as SmugMug accounts and Skylum products as well. So it's pretty exciting. The group is, as I say, the World Photography Day Contest 2001 over on Flickr. As you can see, there are over 14,000 members, over 33,000 photos we've been judging over the last while. It's taken us a long time to judge all those images. We've got some incredible images to showcase next week. We're going to do that announcement live on the show next week, which is very, very exciting. So stay tuned. Join me next Tuesday to see some beautiful images from some of the category winners of that competition. Right, let's see a couple of questions come in there. Morrow asks, regarding the organizer, my site is very simple, intro page, galleries and an about me page, but somehow I see only the about listed as a page in the organizer. Am I doing something wrong? No, you're never doing something wrong, Morrow. We're just experimenting. You have an about me page and galleries and an intro page. So your home page won't show up. Home page doesn't show up on the root folder because you can't move that anywhere. Your about me page is showing. So obviously you have a page that you think should be there. Let me go to my organizer. So if I open the organizer, you'll see what you'll see is we always show folders at the top, then galleries, then pages. So your pages should all be at the bottom here. I don't know a reason why any page you've created is missing. The galleries page, if you're just using our own built-in galleries feature, where it links to a gallery, then that's not a page, it's just linking to a gallery. So that won't show as a customizable page. So intro page is probably your home page, which is why that's not showing. Your galleries won't be showing because that's just built-in, features and user interface of SmugMug itself. If you're pointing to certain galleries, and then your about page is showing. So probably everything you've customized with the about page is showing. Everything I would expect on your site is showing. It's just maybe you have an expectation that you should be able to see the home page down here, whereas it's always at the top. That's your kind of root folder. And then any galleries, that's just functionality of your SmugMug site. So I think you probably have what you should be expecting in that site. Nick, let's see what Nick's saying. Question, could you run through best practices on using watermark images? I'm finding that the shopping cart takes longer to load with watermarks on. I'm not sure I'm doing it right. Shopping cart shouldn't take longer with watermarks. Trying to think when I did do watermarks, just checking to see if I can point you to another episode. Yeah, Nick, if you go to episode 89, I covered the feature of watermarks there, which obviously you're using watermarks, so you know how to do it. But best practice is obviously make sure they're a PNG file, which is a pretty small file, type of file. It's not a big file at all. Make sure when you save that PNG, it has transparency, obviously, so that you can see your photograph through it. But your watermark should not cause your shopping cart to take longer to load. Probably not something I can help you with here on the live show, but Nick, I would suggest reaching out. To our support team, our SmugMug heroes, who can dive deeper into your site to have a look at the watermarks you have uploaded there. As of course, everybody should know that 24-hour support available from our SmugMug heroes. Just write to them at help@smugmug.com. And they'll be right back in touch with you to help you. So Nick, I would reach out to them so that they can help you quicker than I could and more effectively than I could here on the live show. Randy, looking forward to Andy Best. Yeah, it's a wonderful film, a great insight into a pretty incredible lifestyle and some beautiful photography. So check that out. Morrow says, thanks, I got it. My galleries are linked from the homepage. Yep. So it's not, your galleries aren't a specific page as such. It's just you're linking to some of the built-in features within SmugMug. Right, I have kept you long enough before I introduce this new feature. Hopefully some of you have seen some of the announcements about it already. Let's go back to the site here. And what I'm really excited to showcase is our new recently deleted feature that's available on SmugMug. Over the previous weeks, I've talked about how you can change things on your site non-destructively, how you can change your customization, how you can have different pages, different templates available without destroying previous templates. Something we've never had available is when you delete a photograph from SmugMug, in order to get that image back, you've had to typically reach out to our heroes. For as long as I've been at SmugMug, which is nearly 10 years now, I've always told people just never delete a photograph. If we give you unlimited storage, so if you want to move a photograph or take it away, just either make it private or put it into an archived page. Just never delete a photograph. However, I get it. There's lots of times where it makes a lot of sense to delete images from your site, and I'm glad to say the team's been very hard at work creating these new features. So you will find this new feature in the photos section. If you see right at the top of the page on the left there, we have this photo section. And what we are building out here is what we're calling the photo library. So this is a new place that we brought recently to SmugMug, this photo section, and it's the heart of where you're going to be able to look at images, sort them, find all the images you have uploaded on SmugMug. But it's also the foundation of some of the new things we are looking to bring to SmugMug in the coming months, years ahead, as we just bring lots of benefits and usability to the photographs that you already have uploaded on SmugMug. So this isn't somewhere where you organize your photo site. This is just somewhere where you come, you find, you search all the photographs that you have uploaded to SmugMug. And this can be really useful because on my SmugMug site and in my organizer, those are typically on my main site about showcasing my images to the world, but I have tons of images that are even more important to me. They're my family images, and those are the ones that I want to get to easily and quickly, and I love doing that in this photo section. So within the library, you can search for your photos, videos, and obviously scroll through them, and there'll be lots of more functionality coming to that soon. But what I'm really excited about is we've now got a section called Recently Deleted. So let's go back to my organizer, and I want to showcase how this works. So I'm going to pick my archive folder, and I've got this gallery here called dogs, and all I want to do is take, let's take a couple of these pictures, just highlighting two of these pictures, and I'm going to go up to the little trash can, the bin icon at the top here, the delete functionality. Just hit delete, and it warns me that I'm going to delete two images. I click on delete, and those images are gone. Now, previously, that was them gone from your SmugMug site, and the only way you could get them back was by reaching out to our team to go dig into the archives of our storage and bring them back to you. So let's go back to the photo section now. And if I go to the recently deleted section, you can see that it's telling me I have two items in here that have been deleted, and it shows me what those images are. Now, what I want to point out first of all is that this recently deleted is only for a set amount of time, so for 30 days. So when you delete something, it goes into the recently deleted bucket for 30 days. After the 30 days, then it's deleted from your site. There is still the option after that 30 days to reach out to the team and see if they can recover them, but gives you 30 days to recover things, especially if you do something by accident. So if I go back to the organizer, back to the archive, back to the dogs folder, you can see those images are gone. So if I go back to the recently deleted section, it's a simple case of just clicking on the images I want to recover. And you can see at the very top, again, sorry, it's obscured by the logo a little bit on SmugMug Live here, but recover two items right up here at the top. You can see if I zoom in, it says recover those items. Click on that. Just warns me what I'm doing. Hit recover, and it tells me I've successfully recovered those two images. So let's go back to the organizer just to prove it. You know where I'm going to go. I'm going to go back to the archive folder, back to the dogs folder, and there you go. Those two images are back in my folder. Wonderful, wonderful. Now, let's look at another scenario. Let's see, let's close this archive. I've got a folder down here. Yeah, it's called SmugMug Live Delete. So here's four images, four images which are behind the scenes images from the last film we made with Alex Kwan. So you can see it's in this folder called SmugMug Live Delete. SmugMug Live's a show. I'm going to delete some images, so I thought I'd put them in there. So I select these four images, I hit delete. Those images are now deleted from my organizer, my site, but as I've just shown you, they will be in my recently deleted folder. But something else I want to showcase is now this gallery is empty, so I'm actually going to go and delete the gallery. So you can see here it says I'm deleting SmugMug Live Delete, SmugMug Live Delete being the name of the gallery. I hit delete. It just warns me one other time, are you sure? Because these will be deleted forever. Hit delete, and it's gone. So I now no longer have those images or that gallery on the page. But if I go back to the photos section, and I go to my recently deleted photos, here are the four photographs. Now, I've deleted photographs, but I've also deleted the gallery that they used to live in. So the way we're dealing with this is when I recover one of these images or all of these images from that gallery, we will recreate the gallery as well. So we will put them back in the gallery that they were originally from, and even if you've deleted that gallery, we will recover the gallery so that you can go find them again. So if I hit OK, and I go back to the organizer, and I go back to the side here, you can see SmugMug Live Delete has returned to my site, and if I click on it, the four images are back on the site. Now, one last thing I want to showcase is if I click, select these images, let's say I collect these images somewhere else. Now, collecting them, I'm going to collect them here to this London Cityscapes gallery Rather than move them there, I'm going to collect them there. For those of you that are not familiar with collecting, it's like creating a virtual copy of them. They live in the original gallery, but there's a copy of them here in this new gallery. So if you went to this gallery on my website, you would see those images, even though they don't live in that gallery. If I zoom in, you can recognize a collected image by it has this little shortcut arrow telling you that it's a virtual copy or a shortcut from the gallery that these images actually live in. Now, if I was to delete this folder and the contents of this folder, so I hit delete and remove them, then we also remove those virtual copies. The system's just trying to catch up with itself. Takes a little while sometimes for the server to catch up with everything that's happened. But if I go to my photos section and into my recently deleted, then they are, they'll come back. So I've just been too quick for it here on my demo account, which is always the risk when you're demoing live. We'll get there. I've just been too quick for it. So what I wanted to showcase before I completely crashed that page by being too quick is that the collected images will disappear. Obviously, when you delete the original galleries, the collected galleries will disappear. When you recover those images from the recently deleted, we will recover the images, but we will not recover the collected images from the site. Yeah, I just had to refresh the page. So these images are now in my recently deleted section. If I go back to the organizer, they should they've gone. So those collected images are gone. And if I recover them, we will not bring those collected versions back. We will only bring back the original gallery. So that is recently deleted. A really nice feature. Some would say maybe slightly overdue, but we've built this whole new section to allow us to recover these images and a whole new photo library section that allows us to do some cool things, which you will have to stay tuned for. So that is recently deleted, and I hope it is very useful for you, and it's a great way to do that. Groundhog 11ish says, wow, this is really helpful to have recently deleted and recovery options. Thank you. You are very, very welcome. As I say, it's just a nice way to recover those images that you've maybe deleted by mistake or want to get back where you deleted them from. Right, last little announcement from me is I've mentioned the World Photography Day episode, so that will be next Tuesday. So join me next Tuesday at, again, 11 a.m. Pacific, where we will be judging, or not judging, but announcing the winners of the photo contest. And as I say, there's just some absolutely incredible images for World Photography Day in there. But something else I want to highlight is on Friday, October the 8th. Yeah, October the 8th was a Friday, trying to get my dates right. I'm going to be doing another live critique. I've done some before, and you've all really enjoyed them and said, hey, we should do some more live critiques. So on Friday, October the 8th, I'm going to do a live critique in partnership with my dear friend Steve Brazel and his partner in crime, Don Komarechka. Steve runs his own critique show at the Behind the Shot podcast group on Flickr. So Steve has Behind the Shot podcast. Once a month, he does a live photo critique from images from his Flickr group. And we're going to cross the streams, and we're going to have Steve Brazel join me, Don Komarechka join me, and we're going to live stream to our community and to the Behind the Shot group community, and a chance to have the three of us critique your images live on the show. If you want to take part, then go ahead and join this group on Flickr, the Behind the Shot podcast group. When you upload an image to the Flickr group, as showcased here on this image, you need to tag the image with the tag BTS critique. If you upload that image to Steve's group, tag the image with BTS critique. That way we know that you want your image critiqued. You can upload your images to the site without obviously having them critiqued, but add that tag and you may be one of the lucky ones that have your images live critiqued by myself, Steve and Dawn in a few weeks' time. So that's October the 8th. So stay tuned for that. Of course, I will give you more information about that on our social channels, etc. So let's see. James says, thank the development team for the nice feature. I certainly will. Randy says it's a nice option and much needed. There you go. Thank you. Groundhog 11ish come back. Does the link to the photo stay the same if you recover it? Does the unlisted link stay the same if you recover it? Yes. So we will recover the image back into the gallery. It will have all the original settings that it had in that gallery. So the links, the URL, anything that you've shared, that is all recovered and works the same way, except for collected images. So if you've collected that image somewhere else and you're linking to a different gallery, hoping to see that sort of virtual copy, that collected copy, collected links will not work, but the original link to that gallery, which is, you know, the most used case, will work. And if you recover the gallery, if you've deleted the gallery and recover it, it will work the way you expected it. So there you go. That is a new feature. It's always nice to join the show and let you know about some developments to the site, and we've got some more coming very soon. One last thing for me, as always, do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, give me a thumbs up. I really love to see those thumbs up. It makes me know that this has all been worthwhile. Thank you for joining us. I will see you back here on Tuesday for the live announcement of the Photography Day 2021 winners. But until then, wherever you are in the world, as always, stay safe, look after each other, be kind, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. See you very soon back here on SmugMug Live. Thanks, everybody.